Australia finally has a Royal Commission, and it's what the Australian people have been wanting for many years. But it's been a lot of twists and turns and a lot of heart-wrenching by the banks and the coalition, who've desperately tried to do anything not to have a Royal Commission.
While we don't relish this decision, nonetheless, we have to act in the national interest, protecting Australians' economic future.
But if you have a look at why we're here and why so many people wanted one, it's because there has been scandal after scandal over the last few years. When Fairfax broke the story on CBA's financial planning scandals, a whistleblower, Jeff Morris, had come to me and showed me evidence of forgery, fraud and a cover-up by management. And it was explosive, some of the things that had gone on. People's lives had been destroyed. And it prompted a Senate inquiry.
Some of the evidence I've seen, clearly forgery and fraud were involved.
Out of that Senate inquiry a year later was a finding that our regulator had really dropped the ball. It was seen as too timid, and therefore, in order to fix things with the Commonwealth Bank, we needed a Royal Commission. The coalition did not want one, and the banks didn't want one. And so we kept on having scandal upon scandal after that. We had a National Australia Bank financial planning scandal. We had Macquarie and the Penske file.
Meanwhile, I'll get you the Penske file. You can start working on that.
Yes, of course, the Penske file.
Where financial planners were caught cheating on exams. On March 23, 2016, Fairfax and Four Corners broke the CommInsure scandal, and it really rocked the nation. The Commonwealth Bank's life insurance division was putting profit before people. It was actually putting people in policies where the medical definitions were years out of date in order to knock them back. So people with legitimate claims couldn't call on their policy when they were sick or they were dying. It was a disgrace. The government agreed to a Senate inquiry into the life insurance sector, but it still refused point blank to have a Royal Commission because it believed these were all just isolated cases. I personally see the Royal Commission as a vindication of all the work that many journalists have done, including myself, into exposing wrongdoing in the banking sector. Whether the Royal Commission will be the panacea to fix the lack of trust in the sector, time will tell. The reason being, the government's given it 1 year to report, which is a ridiculous time frame for terms of reference that are so broad, and we don't know who the Commissioner is yet. So a lot hangs on who the Commissioner is and whether they get the right budget and they get the right time to do it. Otherwise it'll be a damp squib.